In this video, I'm going to give you a really simple tutorial on how to build this automatic villager breeder in Minecraft 1.19. First of all, here's all the materials you're going to need. Most of these are exact, the only ones that aren't is the amount of blocks here. I try to overestimate just to be safe, so you probably won't need this many, and these could be any block. And also the amount of minecarts, it's up to you how much you want. Then first you want to find wherever you want to build your farm, and place a slab in the middle, and go on each side, put 4 blocks out of dirt. I just realized I forgot one thing from the item list. You're going to need a few buckets of water for this. Then next thing, place a water bucket in the middle there, and a compost on top of that, and a glowstone on top of that. Then on the outside, just build a wall around your whole farm. A 2-high wall of any block that you want. And then once you're done with that, you can find whichever way you want the farm to face, and break 2 blocks right there. And also 2 blocks into the ground. So it should be 3 lower than the dirt where your farm is going to build on top of. And then you're going to want to break 8 blocks in this direction, including this first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And go ahead and place another walking bucket right there. And a slab on the very end. Then you're going to build a few blocks around here, just 5 in this pattern, and then fill over the top of this water stream, just like that. Leave the slab open to the air. And you can place another 4 blocks on each side of this. That's not really necessary, but it's only necessary if you want more beds. And you can place the beds like this outside of the farm so the villagers can't have access to it. And then you can place more here if you want, but you really don't need to. The amount of beds just kind of limits the amount of villagers that you can have. So if you have 2 villagers inside the farm that are breeding, then they're going to claim 2 of the beds out here. So then, right now, I'd be able to get 6 more villagers from the farm before they're going to stop producing villagers. So you could have as many beds here as you want, it really doesn't matter. Then right above this slab, on the block above it, you're going to want to place a sign. And close off a 4x4 area with this block in the very corner. And then place the water on top of that sign, so that the water doesn't go down into there. Then you can build this wall up 1 more block. And then there are 3 of these blocks that need to be turned into glass. The very one in the corner right here, and these 2 need to be glass. And then make sure you get rid of this block because we don't want that one. Then you're gonna want to have a block right here. Place a rail on top of that. Another one right here, so it kind of goes through the block there. And I'm gonna break these 4 so it's easier to see. Then you're gonna want to break down a few more blocks here, and place 2 more rails that are downward. So you have 3 rails facing downward. It puts a block right here. A powered rail and another powered rail, so it goes down and then back up. And you want this block to be a dispenser, and then place a button on the side of the dispenser and put your minecarts in here. And this is so that when you press the button on the dispenser, it dispenses a minecart, and if you got villagers waiting in the corner here, they go through. Then you're going to take your trapdoors, place 1 on the top here, and 2 more right here and here, and then open those 2 up. This makes it so that you have the adult villagers in here that are breeding, and when they make a baby villager, and it turns to nighttime, the baby wants to go to the beds, and it falls down through here. And then the baby villager sits on here, and once it grows up, it goes into the water and flies up into the corner where you can grab them. And the reason you want these blocks to be glass is so that the villagers don't take damage from suffocation when they get picked up from the minecart. Then the last few things to do is just to get your villagers in here. The best way to do that is probably just to build a little staircase with rails on top of it, and just put them in there. And make sure you do that before you hoe all the land in there so that you don't ruin any of it. So I've got my villagers in here now, and then make sure you break the staircase wherever it is so that you don't get mobs stuck in here. So then I'm just gonna hoe all the land and plant all my carrots. And once you finish planting all your carrots or potatoes or beetroot, whatever you decide, then the farm is complete. There are a few more optional things you can do with this farm, like you could give the other villager a profession. I kind of just stick it in the wall here. I found that it works better if they both are farmers, but I don't know if that actually makes a difference. And also, if you want to get this farm started right away, you can give the villagers a bunch of carrots. Aim for like, I don't know, 9 stacks maybe. That's probably enough. So just give them a bunch of carrots and they'll start throwing it at each other. And there we go, there's a baby villager. And another thing that I like to do, just because I'm paranoid, is you can put like a glass roof over this whole thing. Just to make sure that they still get sunlight, but mobs can't get in no matter what. Then of course you could place a roof on this section as well. And then when you take your villagers away, you're going to want to go at least 100 blocks away, or something around that, away from this farm, so that these beds become unclaimed. Because the baby villager that's in there right now has claimed one of these 10 beds, and it will keep the bed claimed unless it is taken very far away from the farm. And that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed, I really appreciate it if you left a like so more we can see this video in the future, and I'll see you in the next video.